You're listening to the Apprenticeship Hub podcast with Beccy and Debbie, and we are here to talk about how apprenticeships are funded.
When we talk funding, we're talking about the funds or the money that pays for the actual training. So funding is monies or a grant that's paid to that training provider to pay for the actual training for that apprentice.
What would the funding look like then available to these SMEs?
Okay, again, for all small, medium employers, the government will pay 95% of that training for the apprentice's qualification. There is a 5% employer contribution required for that apprentice. However, if the apprentice is 16 to 18, again, that's fully funded. The individual will be fully funded for that qualification. If the apprentice is 19 plus, then there is a way of asking for additional funds from large employers to cover that that would cover that 5% employer contribution.
Okay.
So we're talking levy. The large employers all have to pay into what's called a levy pot. So that is basically a bit like a tax that is paid on a monthly basis, 0.05% of whatever that business or employer's payroll is. That goes into a pot that large employer then draws down to utilise to pay for the full amount of their apprentice training.
Yeah.
Often the large employers don't utilise all that money, and after 2 years it does just go back into the system. They can now, however, pledge to share that with small medium employers, which would then cover the 5% contribution that small medium employer has to pay.
Yeah, and then that would make it sort of 100% funded then?
Yes.
Okay, fab. And how would that small medium business sort of make that application to the larger company?
Really simple, really straightforward. All employers have to have an apprenticeship service account before they take on an apprentice. And everything for that apprentice, or any funding, reservations, etc., are done through that account. So they can access what's called the levy transfer page. From there, they can see all available levy transfers from the large employers. They will then apply direct from that page through their apprenticeship service account. Quite a quick process, gets reviewed by the large employer. They then get an email from the apprenticeship service to say they've either been accepted or declined. They'll also be able to track any applications they've made on their apprenticeship service account. Once it's been offered to them, they simply accept it, add their apprentice details, and it all goes through digitally.
Yeah.
Often the employers I've worked with will maybe make 2 or 3 applications and wait to see what comes back. The advice I always give employers is if you've made 2 or 3, one gets accepted, please make sure you decline the ones that you're not going to use so that it's then available for other employers.
Lovely. Well, I think that covers all of the funding that we needed to speak about today. So thank you very much.